G'day cocktail lovers and welcome to the Cocktail Dough,
where we bring you all the big league excitement of making cocktails.
I'm your host, Chuck Carrots, and it's my privilege to introduce my co-host, Archbishop.
Thanks, Chuck. Today I'm very excited because we're getting a special cocktail to celebrate Tequila Day.
I'm excited too, Arch, but some people have, shall we say, a very negative relationship with tequila.
Fair to say, Chuck, but far be it for me to judge, but I think we could say people have had bad experiences with tequila, which they blame on tequila. Maybe need to spend a bit of time examining their own choices and actions.
Yes, Arch, I don't like to generalise, but every single person I know who says tequila makes them sick, they're basing that off a night out where they did 12 shots in an hour, woke up in a gutter, covered in vomit, and then they had to deal with a 2-day hangover.
I didn't know you went to the same university as me, Chuck.
I don't believe I did, Arch.
Well, you certainly have a detailed knowledge of an average Friday night.
Oh, well, some things are universal. But enough about our misspent youth. Let's see what Mr. Angry is bringing for Tequila Day. Thanks, Chuck and Arch. I'm going to be doing something a little different. You see, you get a lot of classic and modern classic cocktails that use either Blanco or Reposado tequila, but not so many that use Anejo Tequila. And that's what I'm going to be doing today. What are the differences with the tequilas, Mr. Angry?
And why do some people say never use Anejo in a cocktail?
With the three tequilas, Blanco or Silver Tequila is unaged. That's going to be clear. Reposado means rested, and that's tequila that's been aged for up to a year, and that's usually going to be a golden colour. Then you get Anejo. That's aged longer than Reposado, up to 4 years, and that's going to be a darker colour and will have richer flavours. And as for the don't use Anejo in tequila, I don't get that. It's like people saying, it's too good, don't have it in a drink, because you might like drinking it. Are they scared the cocktail's going to be too good?
Yeah, Chuck. Do they think the enjoyment police are going to come down, knock down their door, smack the drink out of their hands?
Yeah. Hey, you're enjoying that cocktail too much. Well, can't be having that. Look, if there's a particular spirit you only want to sip neat, you do you. But don't listen to any uptight weirdo who says you can't use that ingredient in a cocktail because it's too high quality. Today's recipe comes from Jim Meehan's PDT cocktail book. Now, Jim Meehan is probably in the top 10 most influential people in the world for the last 20 years of the cocktail renaissance. And if he says, hey, I'm serving a cocktail with Anejo Tequila, then maybe the pedants should shut the fuck up before they make complete fools of themselves. And this one has an interesting little touch I've not seen before. You rinse your glass with mezcal. Now, there's a few different ways you can do that. If you have an atomizer, you can spray the inside of the glass with your mezcal. You can just put like about a bar spoon in and swirl it around and tip out the excess. Or there's a method I like that does double duty, chills the glass and doesn't waste your mezcal. I fill the glass that you're going to serve in with ice and then pour maybe around 1/4 ounce of mezcal on top of that and set that aside while you make the cocktail. When you're ready to serve the drink, you strain out that mezcal into a shot glass, dump the ice, then you've got a chilled glass and a little chaser of mezcal on the side to enjoy after your cocktail. With that glass set aside, the tequila is front and center in our cocktail, and we're going to put 2 ounces of Anejo Tequila into our shaker. Next we want a bitter aperitivo. The recipe in the book says to use Aperol. I'm actually going to sub in this locally made aperitivo from the Gospel Distillery. Either way, you want 3/4 ounce, around 22.5 mils of your bitter aperitivo into the shaker. A bit of sweetness now, we're going to put some cherry liqueur in. Again, the recipe said cherry hearing, but use the cherry liqueur of your choice, and we will once again be adding 3/4 ounce, 22.5 mils this time of cherry liqueur. The final ingredient is lemon juice. We're going to add the same amount as we did the last two ingredients, putting in 3/4 ounce or 22.5 mils of lemon juice into our shaker. That's all the ingredients, so we add ice to our shaker, put it together, bang it in hard, give that a good solid shake for 10 or 15 seconds. We strain that into our chilled and rinsed cocktail glass, and there is your Eclipse cocktail for Tequila Day. Oh, how well do those flavours go together. earthy, bitter sweetness. Who'd deny themselves this?
Strange people, Chuck. Strange people we want nothing to do with.
There's this depth of flavour in the Anejo Tequila. It lets it stand up to those other flavours. Well, yet again, Mr. Angry's given us another cocktail that matches the Dome's raison d'etre, our slogan, life is too short to waste time on boring cocktails.
And life's too short to not use quality ingredients in your cocktails.
Cheers!
Cheers!